Welcome back to Connect MKE. I'm your host, Andrea Williams. In the past, when we've discussed jobs and breaking the cycle of poverty on this show, it's been pointed out that there are barriers that prevent access to job opportunities that lead to financial instability. My guests are here to fill us in on a pilot program that's goal is to bridge that gap. Lynde is the Division Chief of Special Projects for Southeastern Wisconsin Regional Planning Commission, and Dr. Lingqian Hu is the Chair of the Department of Urban Planning at UW Milwaukee. She's also the Director for Academic Affairs and Research at the School of Architecture and Urban Planning. How are you?
We are good. Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
I appreciate your time in being here today. And if you would, let's start off talking about Flex Ride Milwaukee and how it all came to fruition.
Ivy, do you want to start?
I will start, and Eric will add. Urban Planning Department at UWM and SEWI, Southeast Wisconsin Regional Planning Commission, has a long relationship. Both of us want to provide equitable and efficient transportation services in our region. So we had a lot of collaboration. We have research reports. We have our grant applications together. We're just so fortunate. We feel so happy that National Science Foundation now recognize the value to connect research with practice. And they found a new transportation services in our region. And we are very fortunate to bring the funding and support an emerging transportation service in our region.
Absolutely. And so there are some qualifiers for individuals to be able to take advantage of this program. So let's kind of pinpoint who qualifies for this program and why it was so important for it to be made available to people who live right here in the Milwaukee area.
Absolutely. I can address that. So the criteria are pretty simple to join the program and start using FlexRide to get to jobs. You have to be a City of Milwaukee resident, 18 or older, and then either working or willing to work in the Menominee Falls or Butler area, which is our employment area.
Okay.
And I think the importance of connecting Milwaukee residents is that we know that about 1 in 5 Milwaukee residents do not have access to a car. A lot of folks rely on public transportation, on our great Milwaukee County transit system to get to work or grocery shopping or any of their other daily activities. And so we're trying to, through this program, through the FlexRide program, connect people to jobs that they couldn't otherwise reach by public transit. And I would note I would note that we are working closely with Milwaukee County Transit System to make sure that the two services are integrated.
I think that's amazing. So riders must be at least 18 years old. And the bus stops, there are several around town to make it easy for people to get to that particular place. And then from that bus stop, they will be taken out to the areas where these jobs exist. So let's figure out where exactly those are around town.
Sure, I can answer that. So we do have 5 pickup points in the city of Milwaukee, all of them connected by bus service. The locations are Sherman Phoenix, Midtown Center, Silver Spring Neighborhood Center, which is near the West Lawn development, the Woodman Sam's Club, just on the northwest side, close to Menominee Falls, and then the Lovers Lane, Silver Spring area. And I would note here that one thing that we're planning to do in the next couple of weeks, based on feedback we've already received on the service, is to expand those stops. So right now you have to get to one of those stops to pick up a FlexRide vehicle. In the future, starting in a couple of weeks, people will be able to actually just get within a larger zone. So you won't have to get to just those points. You can pick up a vehicle from a larger zone. And we will be announcing that in the next couple of weeks. Something we're very excited about, and we think will make it very easy to use the service.
Yeah, and that's great news for the simple fact that, I said early on that we've always had the issue of there being jobs that are available in the suburb, but people who live in the city either don't have a way of getting to those jobs, or they have to take 2 and 3 buses and maybe hours to even get to and from those jobs. So this is an effort to really not only provide transportation to jobs that are available, but also make it at a very minimal cost, right?
Exactly. And the fare from closer to the city to the employment areas is $150 one-way trip. And from closer to the Waukesha Milwaukee boundary, those two stops, and people can take the rides from there for free, getting into the employment zones.
So just $1.50 to and from. And once a person figures out that they want to take advantage of this, what exactly do they need to do in order to be on board and either one, go to a job that they already have, or you mentioned they have to be willing to work. So I assume there are jobs that they can be connected to. Am I correct?
Absolutely. And I think over 3/4 of the applications we've received so far have actually indicated they don't currently have a job. And so that's a large component of what we're trying to do is connect people to those job opportunities that we know exist in the Menominee Falls and Butler area. So once someone decides they want to join the program, or even just test it out, because I would note that there is a promotion going on where we're allowing people 2 free rides from one of the pay areas, 2 free rides to just test out the service and see if they like it, see if it works for them. So if they want to apply, if anybody wants to apply, just go to flexridemke.com, and right front and center will be an apply button, and you complete a short form, and UWM will let you know if you're eligible and give you an access code and then a link to download the app. Then you create an account and just start booking rides. And I would also note that we know that not everybody has a smartphone, so there's also a phone number that you can use to set up your account and book rides through.
Okay, and that phone number, I have it here, is 414-667-7433. We'll put that up on the screen. And it's important to mention that this is all made possible by a $1 million National Science Foundation grant. And it's part of the Foundation's Civic Innovation Challenge that aims to connect technology with community needs. And so I am assuming that in order to keep this program going, you will need the help from organizations in the Milwaukee and surrounding areas who really are committed to help and bridge this gap.
Yes, definitely. And I think that's the $1 million question, if you will, that we're trying to answer right now. So the pilot does end around the end of October. That's when our $1 million grant runs out. We are actively working with partners that we know are interested in providing funding to keep the pilot going, and also to expand the pilot so that there's service that can be provided in other parts of the metro area. Because we know Menominee Falls and Butler are not unique situations to the region. That there are other parts of the region that service is needed, and we hope that we can bridge that gap as well.
Yeah, it's interesting because we look at different forms of transportation that are available to us in this day and age. So of course there's Uber and Lyft and the bus service, and in other cities, trains and things of that nature. But this is unique in the sense that it's $1.50 in many cases there and $1.50 back. But this is called MicroTransit. So can you kind of give us a little bit more insight on what that's all about?
It's MicroTransit because the vehicle is smaller, and so it doesn't cost as much as the 40-feet buses, and it's on demand. That means the vehicle can respond to your request. If you request the service on the app or through the phone number, then the vehicle will let you know when to pick you up and how many minutes away the vehicle is from where you are, and give you a estimate arrival time and also estimated arrival time at the destination as well. So this is more efficient, and it's responsive to the demand when people need the service, where they need the service. So it's more efficient in terms of providing the transportation services.
Awesome. I think before we run out of time, it's important to talk about, of course, you both work for different organizations, and this is truly a partnership of a list of organizations and businesses here in Milwaukee. So talk about the importance of this partnership in getting this done and actually changing the narrative for so many people.
Ivy, I'll let you kick it off.
We feel very fortunate that all the forces coming together. And I want to share from the research and from the university perspective. It's kind of philosophical, I guess. We all believe that equal access to opportunities like jobs is an essential human rights. But it's just unfortunate that in the Milwaukee region, our region is so segregated. It's difficult for people to move out to the suburbs and live there to access jobs. It's so costly to provide transportation services that cross the county lines. And that's the reason we feel it's important we bring in funding, we bring in support, we bring in all the practices, all the communities together to promote economic development and social justice for people who live in the city of Milwaukee. So this is our motivation. And we're so happy to find SEWI as a partner, and they can plan, design, and implement the new transportation services that fills an essential hole, an essential gap in our region.
I love that, and I love this program, and I really do hope to see that it continues to grow and is able to stick around past the pilot time period. Thank you both for your time today and for the work you're doing.
Thank you very much for having us.
Thank you.
Eric, yes, indeed. Eric Lynde is the Division Chief of Special Projects for Southeastern Wisconsin Regional Planning Commission, and Dr. Lingqian Hu, she's the Chair of the Department of Urban Planning at UW Milwaukee. For more information, visit FlexRideMKE.com, or you can call 414-667-7433. That's going to do it for today's show. I'm your host, Andrea Williams, as always. Thank you for watching, and I hope you join us again next week right here on Connect MKE.